you for joining me. Today we're going to be looking at a manga haul. So I kind of spur of the moment decided to go out to some of my local shops and pick up some manga today. I went super early, so it was super quiet. I was almost the only person in the store, which was quite nice. So let's have a look. Before we go and have a look at the manga, I just want to remind you that if you haven't seen it already, I have a giveaway going on my Instagram. There is a bonus entry if you subscribe to my YouTube channel, so be sure to have a look. So for those wondering where I buy most of my manga in person, it's mostly these places, Forbidden Planet and Travelling Man. Travelling Man only does 3 for 2 on Viz, and Forbidden Planet does 3 for 2 on anything, but Forbidden Planet tends to mark some of their volumes up a little bit, so I tend to be a little more still on the careful side when I shop there. So first mangas in my haul are volumes 13 and 14 of Kiss Him Not Me. I'm quite excited by these because I binged most of the series last week, and these are the last 2 volumes, so I'm now able to complete it without giving away too many spoilers. In volume 12, Kai made her decision of who she was picking, and I very much agree with it, and I want to see how it plays out. So yes, very excited to read these. So my next volume is After Hours Volume 3. So After Hours is a 3-part Yuri, and it's the theme sort of music. So this is the last volume, which is very exciting. I mean, look how thick this volume is. That is a hench volume. And it was still $6.99, which is like a typical Viz volume price, which is very exciting. I've only read volume 1 so far and I quite enjoyed it, so I'm looking forward to reading 2 and 3. So I try to be pretty good and not pick up too many volume 1s in a haul, because I'm really bad at starting new series when I should try and complete the ones I already have. But I've been hearing a lot of good things about Drifting Dragons. I'm quite a big Food Wars fan, and when Food Wars ended there was a food manga shaped hole left in my heart. So I've been trying to pick up a few different ones to see if I can find any that sort of fill it basically, and I heard this one's a bit to do with food but also fantasy, I think, so I'm looking forward to trying this one too. So we have volume 6 of Jujutsu Kaisen. I've read volumes 1 to 3 so far and I've been really enjoying it, so I decided to pick up 6. I don't actually have volume 5 yet because everywhere seems to be out of stock of volume 5, and I don't know why. Even Amazon was out of stock when I last looked, but I picked up 6 just because I was worried that might go out of stock too. Something I like to do when I've read a volume is I like to keep these stickers on, and then once I've read it I get to peel it off as like a little victory. I did it, I read it, which is a bit weird, but I enjoy doing that. So Restaurant to Another World was another manga I picked up to try and fill my Food Wars gap. It's kind of an isekai as well, which is kind of neat. The restaurant sort of moves around between different worlds, so they have all sorts of different people come in for different foods. The food all looks really good as well, as is always the case with anime manga food. So I usually end up feeling pretty hungry after reading one of these, so I have to make sure I've already eaten just before I read it. But I'm pretty excited to have both volumes 2 and 3. I didn't realise they were out. I think there's only 4, so I only need 1 more to complete it, so yes. So we have volume 4 of Love Me, Love Me Not, which I think still behind. I think volume 5's already out and volume 6 is coming out soon as well. I love all the series by this artist. I think they're so pretty, and they all follow quite similar themes, I think. I haven't read Strobe Edge yet, but I've read all of Our Haru Ride. So this is exciting. Rising of Shield Hero! I am absolutely loving this isekai, and it's really nice to have an isekai where there's already a good few volumes out. There's so many at the moment where there's only 1 or 2 volumes so I read the volume and then I'm caught up, and that's really sad. But this one has quite a bit out so far. I think it's somewhere in the teens at the moment. Plus there's an anime. The end of volume 5 ended on quite a good cliffhanger, so I'm very excited to read volume 6 and volume 7 to see what's going to happen next. So I'm a big Hero Mashima fan. I have all of Fairy Tail, all the Fairy Tail spin-offs, and all of 100 Year Quest that's out. I've started to try and collect Rave Master, but there's Tokyo Pop, so that's going to take some time. I'm nearly caught up on Eden Zero, which is his current work, and it's very much Fairy Tail but in space, but I still love it. And volume 7 ended on a cliffhanger again, and I want to see what happens. I want to see the bad guy have justice dealt upon them, and I'm hoping this volume is going to give me that. I think volume 9 might be out as well, but they didn't have that in, otherwise I'd have picked that up as well. And volume 10's coming out sometime next year, so I'm nearly caught up on this, which makes me very happy. I saw online how cute and adorable that this series apparently was, so I picked up volume 1 when I saw it on sale, and they had volume 2 in. Recently I got some cats, and they're called Kiki and Komi, so I'm absolutely all about everything cats at the moment, and this is just so cute and adorable, and I love them both and I want to see more. And it's just, it's just so cute, this series. It's so lovely. I have nothing else to say other than it's wonderful and it warms my heart when I read it. Gotta be honest, when I first picked this series up, it was entirely because of the colour. Every volume is a different, bright, vibrant pastel colour, and this volume is, I think, my favourite colour of all of them. Purple is my favourite, and it's just such a nice shade of purple. The story is good too, don't get me wrong. I've stuck around because I've enjoyed the story, but I grabbed volume 1 because of the rainbow. But this is complete at the moment and it only has 10 volumes, so I'm very slowly getting there. I'm now more than halfway, so this is volume 6, which is very exciting. Also, look at that purple. So at the moment, I actually only have volumes 1 and 2 of Haikyu. I've been looking everywhere for even just volume 3, but I can't find it anywhere. I can't find volumes up to like the mid-teens anywhere. Amazon's out of stock, Book Depository's out of stock. Both stores that I went to, these are the only Haikyu volumes the 2 stores I went to had. So what I've decided to do, because I really want to read the series, is to just try and pick up what I can find and piece it together. It's what I've done with a few other series before, and over time I will manage to collect the whole series. I find that that's sometimes a good way to go about it when it's a particularly long series anyway, and I think Haikyu is going to be about 45, 46... I think it's in the 40s, I just don't know what. So this is, I think, how I'm going to go about now collecting Haikyu, just piecing together what I can find, which is exciting, because then at one point I should hopefully be able to binge a whole bunch of it at once, which is a wonderful way to read a series in my opinion. Next in the haul is volumes 11 and 12 of Takane and Hana. I've been quite enjoying it, it's quite funny and silly, and if you look past the whole age gap romance, then it's okay. I do love that they've put the 3 for 2 in the middle of the heart. That's so cute. I hope that was done on purpose. I think I'm nearly caught up on this as well. I think there's 15 or 16 volumes out at the moment, which is also exciting. So I'm looking forward to binge through these as well. So I have volume 2 of The Alchemist Who Survived Now Dreams of a Quiet City Life. When I picked this up, I thought it was an isekai, because with a title length like that, what isn't an isekai? It kind of is, but isn't. She's not reborn into another world, she's just been asleep, I think, for 100 years. And it turns out her basic levels of alchemy and potion making are very OP for 100 years in the future. So she's maybe trying to make a decent living on it now and just re-establish herself in the world, and I find it super interesting. That sort of thing where someone has a overpowered skill, and it's not even just fighting, it's potion making in this case. It's just, I love that sort of thing. Basic day-to-day living skills sort of thing. So similar to Haikyu, Dorohedoro is somehow, for some reason, hard to find, but I think that's a more general thing. I think it's quite hard to find anyway. I don't know if it's out of print or what. So I've decided to just pick up what I can find so I can piece it together. So I've got volumes 5 and volume 16. I've only read volume 1 because, again, I've not found volume 2. I always have trouble with volume 2s. I don't know what it is about them. It's quite gritty and I've enjoyed that. It's definitely a lot darker than most of what I read. Yeah, excited to read these when I can get more of them. Finally, we have Dragon Goes House Hunting Volume 3. I think this is such a lovely little series. It is just a dragon who is a little bit useless and just wants to find a home. But as you can imagine, being a dragon makes it a little tricky to find a home. And somehow the dragon manages to find this estate agent slash demon lord who's happy to help him find somewhere to live. And it's just lots of little adventures of the dragon trying to find a home. And again, it's quite sweet and lovely. And there is some action to it as well, because the dragon just is a little useless and keeps ending up in all these situations. Also, rainbow spines. I would recommend this one if you want something light-hearted and fantasy. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed my haul. I certainly did. I can't wait to read all of them. It's going to be scrolled away in the corner reading for a few days. If you enjoyed this one, I sure hope you check out some of my other videos. But otherwise, have a Merry Christmas and I'll see you next time. Bye!